Okay, we're going to start to unhook these tires and get them pulled off so we can start installing the new front discs. The new disc brakes have arrived, already pre-drilled for the Chevy rims or Porsche rims. I'm going to use Chevys since that's what I have. New spindles, calipers, there's even a new bearing set, and new tie rod ends that will need to be put in to make this all work together correctly. So we're going to start taking stuff apart and see where we get. Got the front tires off, got it on jack stands, and we are take a look at the last look of these tires because there's going to be some new ones coming. And we've got the first part of this brake coming apart, so I'm getting ready and starting to pull it apart. Gonna get those brakes on. I've got the brakes, the drums, all of that torn off. I'm ready to start removing the spindles, and I've decided to change the ball joints. So I got some of them on order, and that'll be coming in the next day or so. Okay, here's the next update. I went and got a kit to change the ball joints, uppers and lowers, and I'll be danged if I can get that thing to work. I've pushed and pulled and twisted, and I can't get it to get the right pieces in the right spots all lined up to push it. So I gave up. So I have decided to tear this thing down even further and go a little bit further with it. So that piece is going back. There's my ball joints over there. And I have now torn out the whole front end of this thing and taken all the arms off. And they are right here. They're pretty well cleaned up. I've been scrubbing on them. And I've got them ready to go. And I'm going to have a machine shop push those dang things out and put my new ones in. So there those are. And then while I'm there, I'm going to have them take off these adapter plates, because I'm not going to need those anymore with the new disc brakes when I get this thing all together. So instead of fighting those, I decided to let them use their little power tools. Got the tires in here, the fronts, they're ready to go get the new ones. And I will show you the front of the buggy now and where I'm at. Shocks off. I've decided to put some new shocks on it. I'm going to put some chrome coilovers, adjustable, so I can get a little bit more underneath there as well. So those are coming off, and I've got all the arms off. I've got them pretty well cleaned up under there, and I just need to go get those parts pressed out, like I said, and then I will begin hopefully putting some of this back together. You can see both sides are out all the way. I have also taken out the sway bar. It's laying in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm going to have to find some new clamps, I think, because I'm not sure I can reuse the ones I've got, so I'll have to figure that out. But I may see if I can get that thing cleaned up, dipped and cleaned up while I'm out, and get it cleaned up and maybe even chrome it. I'm starting to think maybe I could re-chrome this front bumper as well. Take it apart, see how it's black underneath there where I'd welded it together when I built it years ago. And the chrome's, it looks good up here yet, but if I could make that whole thing and that whole bar there chrome, that might just look nice under there. So we're contemplating. We'll see what the next video shows. If it's off, you know where it's at. Well, I picked up the new tires today. There's one set on this side. It will be the rear and the front. And so you can see the size difference of these things. There's going to be my back tire and my front tire for this side, the driver's side. They're directional tires, so they got to go to a certain side and a certain spot, of course. So, but Gumos, matching ones. They're going to be, I think they're going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to kind of see these things on the car. Let's see, let's roll this sucker over here. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty meaty back tire. So, also went today and I have purchased myself a couple of Miata seats to put in this thing and get rid of those old buckets that I had talked about. So I got them picked up today. A couple of used ones, 175 bucks for the pair. And that's about where they're going to go. I'm going to have to lift them up just a little in the rear to mount them. I haven't figured out all that yet. You can kind of see that's just kind of sitting in there, but I'm going to have to put some brackets and come up with a thing. But man, that's going to give me so much more leg room between the steering wheel and the thing. So much softer to sit on, cooler to sit on. And when I was sitting in there a minute ago, I was actually looking through the thing at about right there. So it's going to be really a good spot. So I'm excited. We'll keep posting. We now have the driver's side brake caliper all connected. The shock is all in. The new disc brake and spindles, ball joints, all of that's in there and in place. We also have the passenger side all put together. All the new parts in there as well. So we got new shocks, and we're getting this new brake system in here. So next is going to be figuring out how to bleed out these brakes and see if we can get this thing to stopping. Show that the new seats are completely installed. They slide forward, they slip up, and they recline back, just like a real seat should in these cars, not just a solid fitting one. So love my seats so far. And I have just put the seats in and we've got them mounted. Had to build these fancy brackets, get them down through the floor, hooked up to the floor pan, and it's on there. And it's snowing outside today, so we're going to put the top back on it here to pull it home in the snowstorm. But I got my seats installed, and she's ready to start driving. Now it's just some cleanup and getting her ready to play with. Can't wait. Fun car.